I'm very honored to be here today. It's truly a very historical moment. It's true also that I was quite a little boy when the wall falls in 1989. And yeah, actually, I thought it should be more refreshing after all this great political and historical rewinding we get here since yesterday, to think a little bit more about the next 25 years that's coming with great challenges. And yeah, when Mark, I thank Mark too for this great invitation, asked me to think about a world without walls. I first thought about the walls itself. What does it mean? Because we are all speaking about walls today and yesterday and maybe tomorrow. But actually, I try to figure out on a more basic level, the wall is just a structure that divide and enclose, and of course, it's a first act of privacy. We always need to have wall on our houses, and I saw that maybe it's also the wall is not just only a concrete conception. Many civilizations like Japanese culture really build up their community around this conception. In Japanese, they call it uchi, it means outside, and soto, it means inside. And they really build for 100 years the whole civilization on that conception. Then, actually, yeah, you can see that the wall is not only bricks and concrete, but where does that conception and that notion of enclosure come? I think it's more about, our great inspiration, and we are always inspired by the nature. If we're looking more closer, sorry, it's not me. More closer, how we are made and how every little living bricks are made. The cells is just a kind of protoplasm. It's not the sound of the protoplasm, but it's enclosed into a membrane, and this really conception that every single piece of living things is built with these cells just allow us to think that our body is just a big and a huge amount of these cells enclosed in a more big and productive and more consistent membrane. That's the skin. It's me this morning. By the way, I always love to think that we are part of a bigger plan. And if we are going to a more macroscopic scales, of course, the atmosphere is kind of wall that protects us and allow life to grow on Earth. But as Newton said, we are building too much wall and not enough bridges. And we have a great discussion yesterday about, the cells and the membrane. It was really delightful. But in fact, this aggregation of cells, all this macroscopic vision is just working because behind the wall, it's permeable. There's communication, there are bridges, the atmosphere allowed the good ray of sun to touch the ground and to allow life to grow on Earth. Then it's not about thinking that, we need to enclose and to be safe, but thinking that we maybe still need wall to create family, to create community, to create nation, to feel secure. But these walls, of course, have to allow connection and communication. That's, here we are now. This is the second part of this reflection. Because actually, we speak about concrete wall, we speak about biological wall, but today in 2014, we have another dimension, of course, when we start to create this worldwide network, we thought that it's allowed to link every single place in the world and to connect them. And actually, there's a million and billion of virtual bridges that's connecting every single place into the world. And it's changed really the paradigm. But when we have to think that internet is not only something that, that break down the world, it can create also another kind of world. Actually, and it's American web stats from last year's. More than 16% of the world population didn't have any clue or any access of what's happened into the internet. And then, while from one side of the world we are thinking that we are all connected, a huge part of the world is still not connected, is out of connection. And I think it's a major challenge today to allow everybody to play the game. Oh, I love this. This slide is really my day-by-day life in Paris. But actually, we have more major problem with the connectivity. That's, of course, we are all connected. It's great. It's a bridge between culture, between all together. But it's also a great dependence that wasn't existing a couple of years ago. But you see that everybody now here or maybe upstairs is searching for the Wi-Fi password, is searching for more batteries. And of course, we are now more and more dependent. And I think that it's also a kind of risk or a counterpart we hadn't measured when we go through this web adventure. And thinking also on a more socialistic approach, we are all connected. You're on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, she have a blog, and we're all happy together. But actually, what about real life? I mean, every morning I take the train and the tube in Paris, but nobody just speak each other. Everybody is just connected to somebody really far away. Then, of course, actually, we have seen much and more initiative of unplugged, unconnected world to get back to a real relationship. And this proximity, of course, is a real necessity for us because we need contact. I got a great massage this morning at the spa hotel. And in fact, it was a couple of days, because my wife is not here, I didn't get this human contact on my skin. And it brings me a lot of energy to be here now and speak to you. Then I think, the connected world is very important to remote and to promote and to engage more and more ideas, business, conceptions, but we still human and we still made by flesh and we still need to touch each other. And that's also a great counterpart. Actually, everybody used for 10 years to accept any condition by subscribing on Facebook, on anywhere else. But nobody reads what's inside. And actually, we discovered after a couple of years that by accepting the term and condition, we lose more than just our privacy. I mean, I'm not on Facebook because I didn't want that my picture, my life, my friends are the property of a non-governmental organization. And at the point, actually, we are more conscious that yes, the data, the privacy is a major challenge for tomorrow, to be, to just feel secure about us, about our identity. And and the worst, finally, appears 6 or maybe a bit more, a couple of months ago, when we realized that, in fact, all these wonderful virtual world that were here to connect, to create bridges, was in fact just, turned by invisible hands into virtual and invisible world. And where we thought we were free to speak, free to share, everything was a kind of, was controlled. And this is, I think, a major crisis for the internet. And since there, everybody just get up and say, okay, I don't think I need this such integrated to my life, because I need to have my own place, to have my own secrets, to have my own community. And everything is not possible to be said or to be shared or to be, watched. Then, it's a bit, I think, the reality today, and I don't want to compromise while we spoke about the next 25 upcoming years. Then we have to move forward into the third part and think about the future. And then the human factor, of course, everybody knows that on one side, the human is, have bad feeling, is evil, create, non-sustainable world and inequity all over the world. I think this picture is a really fit to the subject, and we have created last centuries so much inequity with one part of the world that's growing fast and building up the other side of the world that just have the pieces. But because everything is not bad in the human, we have also the great capacities to invent, to imagine what is a better way to live, a way to live in harmony with our environment. And these smart cities that are popping out all over the world is the proof that we are really capable, when we want to put the energy on the good direction, to achieve really great things. And actually today, it's not all about technology, but technology is, when you think about all the human history and civilization, the technology is a big part of success, survival of one civilization or not. And we thought for all this time that the technology is really a way to improve our condition and to enhance our capacities. And of course, it's really centered, all the technology we developed, really centered to us, to our body. And the problem is that we spend in the history of humanity more time and more money and more energy to create technology for war and destruction, while we could use all this intelligence and all this technology to create a more sustainable world where there's no need anymore to fight for resources, because the resources, the sustainable resources, are here for everyone and everybody, and it's free. And if we can just, move forward from this, war of territory, because the war of territory are today much more war of resources. Then if we can fix this problem, major problem of resources, and make it, free, accessible, and shared over a great internet, electrical powered internet all over the world, it can really throw the humanity in a new dimension, in a new way to live all together. And closing this part on the technology, we had a great conference yesterday, but you should know that we are already printing organ with 3D printer. We are already implementing, how you call it, heart, synthetic heart into people. Then, yeah, the technology is moving from around us to inside us with the nanobiology, nanochirurgy. Then, yeah, it's also something that from the beginning is planned to, yeah, to make the world better, to cure disease, to cure cancer, to bring extra organ to people who didn't have the opportunity. But yeah, it brings a major question today, and as we have, yeah, this, I think today, new global organization to found around mayor, around peer-to-peer, to bring and to empower the good thinking people to act. We have actually, a major challenge for the upcoming years. It's the ethic, because actually, what we learn from the Greek civilization, and it's very interesting, all the great, mathematicians and the famous scientists were, before all, a great philosopher. And actually, we just, split and cut out the scientists and the tech guys to the duty to think about it and to think what is good for the humanity or what is bad for humanity. And in fact, actually, I saw recently, the transhumanism conception of the world is the perfect example that on a scientific way, it's just a miracle, could you imagine, that we can improve our intelligence by bringing some microchip in our head? Can we move faster because we'll have, I don't know, platinum legs? Then all this cybernetic and technological approach of the evolution of the human is, technically really perfect. But where are the reflection about ethic? What is a human? And we're made of flesh. Why? If we're changing the flesh by microchips or by platinum, what will be the humanity? And I think we really have to think about this and take it very seriously. Because could you imagine a society like Google, for example, that's just buying cybernetic company, nanobiologic company, artificial intelligence company, and that will control all the process to implement all this chip, all this artificial organ to somebody. And once it will be connected over the internet, have somewhere full control of the people. And this is how. I think we are all dreaming to improve our condition, but what is the cost? And I think that only a huge and a worldwide ethical organization that's enough empowered to define, it's not about only, regulation. I know that I can't tell the regulation world at the third floor, but we're on the ground floor then. It's not only about, trying to control or trying to keep power on private company. It's just about, playing the same rules and saying, okay, if we have to create cyborgs, what will be their right? What will be their duty? If we have to create new technology, how we allow them ourselves to create new technologies that go against the humanity. Actually, on the military point, it's here where we fail less to have all these world agreements about nuclear weapon, about biological weapon. Why don't we create empowered structures that can, that can validate such ethical position above all this question that's coming more close and close for us. Then, yeah, the future seems very dark from this side, but let's get back today on 2040, and let's see how we can improve the way we are building the world, because we are all responsible of the situation of the world that we create today. I am too. We have all, piece by piece, a part of responsibility.
Could you please try to conclude? We have
This is the conclusion. Yeah, I think we have to move forward with love, because love is the only thing that can, yeah, achieve and drive the shaping of the world in a better way. The hope also is a very mandatory feeling, because only the hope can give us the feeling that it's still time to change, it's never too late to move, or it's never too late to do something better. And of course, the last word is creativity. It's nothing to deal with art or design or anything else. I think the creativity is a very powerful mindset that can apply everywhere. And the creativity is somehow a way to identify a problem like opportunities. And if we can, yeah, from governmental and non-governmental organization, achieve to understand that, yes, all our problems are only opportunity to do and to build a better world, I think I can come here in 25 years and we can have a much more, a much better vision of what we achieve and where we are. Thank you very much.
Oh.